the most realistic online racing sim ever made. This is iRacing. Detailed laser scan tracks, fully dynamic real world cars, and over 50 series to choose from. 6 online world championships offering over $400,000 in annual prizes. This is the original esport racing game. This is iRacing.
Welcome in, race fans, here to the Five Flag Speedway. It is the opening round here of the playoffs, here for your Red Light Scrambler Series. 12 drivers advance to race into the playoffs. Tim Blum, Sean Butler, Todd Cray, Justin Gann, James Heater, Eric Johnson, Ira Kohlhaas, Richard Murdoch, Ryan Aldani, James Skelton, Max Terriel, and the final driver to advance into the round for the playoffs is Michael Trevarthen. And looking out there on track, I'm pretty sure all those drivers here, as I go through the checklist, are here in the Pensacola area here at the Five Flag Speedway, and they will race for a chance to win not only here at the Five Flag Speedway, but also a chance to lock themselves in to the next round of the playoffs. The playoffs start with 12. In just a couple of weeks, we will round that down to 8 drivers. So, and with only 2 races to figure out who's going to have the upper hand on their competitors out here tonight, we'll have to find that out. It's going to be 250 miles here from this short little. It's actually under half a mile in track surface here at the Five Flag Speedway for racing, but it will sure as heck put on some heck of a battles out there, side-by-side racing. A lot of these drivers have been out there battling, seeing the tire wear difference out here in the practice session. A lot of these guys can tell 5-lap old tires to 4 fresh tires. But the question being with that, though, do you have enough time under the yellow flag, little caution flags that we're going to have here? Do you have enough time to come down and put 4 fresh tires on it or not? 250 laps, not a lot of time around here, and to get caught up in the back of the field here, something could happen like at the Snowball Derby, where this is the home for the famous Snowball Derby. Remember, the green-white checker would happen to the famous Ty Majeski, got wrapped up coming out of turn 4 on a restart, and all those guys behind him. 16 other drivers involved in that incident. That could take out over half this field here, and there is no quick repairs for any of these drivers here with the Red Light Scrambler Series. So if somebody makes a mistake here in this little bull ring, there's going to be nowhere for the drivers behind them to go. But right now, Michael Trevarthen, Justin Gann, Eric Johnson, Max Terriel, James Skelton hold down your top 5 positions as you see the checkered flag waving here in our practice session. That means we're going to go single car qualifying here. It's going to be coming up in just a second. There you see the yellow flag officially displayed here. These drivers will now take to the grid for their qualifying session. 2 laps, 10 minutes the time as the green flag is in the air, but nobody headed out there just yet onto the track. One of the first drivers to attempt to go out there on track. Let's see if we can find him. Oh, he pulled it down real quick. He wasn't quite ready. But here's a driver out of the Northeast. It is the clocks by Christopher 72 of David Camara. He will come off turn 4. He will officially take the green flag here in Pensacola. Put himself on the driver board here tonight to see where he will line up for the 250 lap stint tonight. Clocks by Christopher Machine, always one of those fast guys that comes to the track when he unloads. Let's see where he's going to go on lap number 1. He'll go second because Todd Cray was also out there with a 16.684 for the first lap for the driver out of the Northeast. Let's see as he comes through turn 4. He's a little off the bottom groove, not quite pushing the envelope with those left side tires to against the inside wall. Let's see, second lap going to be a little bit slower, a 16.800 for David Camara on lap number 2. That will not do it. Your pole setter did lay down a lap, but a second lap for Todd Cray was a little bit slower. Here is Justin Gann. Oh, and that's not going to be good for Gann. Gann's going to take the green flag and stuff her right into the wall. Here's one of the drivers, though, out of the south here. It is going to be Ira Kohlhaas, one of the rookies in the 929, all bucked up, Bromley designed Chevrolet as he slides through turns 3 and 4. He's going to actually just get her woed up, and I believe he'll take it back to the shop there. It's going to be one and done for Kohlhaas, so it'll be only one lap. He is shown in your 7th spot. Out of pit road, rolling here to the inside, it'll be the Dirty Mo Chevrolet 33, driver of none other than Eric Johnson. Johnson is locked into the playoffs, just like Ira Kohlhaas, and Johnson trying to find himself a good starting spot here at the Five Flag Speedway. Drop it down, find where your favorite driver is out there on track. Right now, only 7 drivers have put in a time. Only 3 drivers out there on track right now. Johnson, that you're watching here as he comes out of 4. Up against the outside wall there with the right side of that Chevrolet. His lap will count, though. It will go 6th fastest on the board. It'll be a 16.922 for Eric Johnson. That's good enough for the 6th time out of the 7 qualifiers. Kevin O'Brien finished up his time in a new quick time out there on track. Gonna go to the Hellman's 88 Chevrolet of Sean Butler as he goes one and done. He will put her back into the trailer, and he will wait the next 7.5 minutes out here in qualifying and see if he can hold on to that top spot. Joe Strano is out here in his machine. He goes 7th quickest out of the 10 drivers who have put in a time. Ethan Troutman out there on track. Ethan missing the playoffs by just a little bit. It looks like he was 74 points out of, incorrect number there, as it looks like he was a little over actually 100 points out of the championship hunt. He missed it. He is 19th in points coming into tonight, not locked into your championship hunt. So he right now is racing for Pride, and Pride for him goes 8th quickest for Troutman in the Haas C&C Ford Mustang. Richard Murdoch was just out on track in the Ironbird Brew Co. number 01 Chevrolet. He went 6th fastest as Tony Strano as Troutman comes through the traps here. Troutman a little bit faster. He'll move up to 7th quickest. He'll jump over the man we were just talking about, the number 3 Dow Chevrolet of Tony Strano, who just nosed her into the wall. Michael Trevarthen out here in the Fram Ford Mustang. He comes in. He was your last playoff driver on the board here that it's looking like. Michael not having a win. He has 2 top 5s to his name with 6 top 10s, which pretty darn good in a rookie year here with the Red Light Scrambler Series. Probably one of the more tougher leagues that you can run in. Where is he going to find himself a home on lap number 1 in this Ford Mustang? 7th quickest with a 16.720 on lap number 1. And I believe lap number 2 might not be much faster. Looks like he slipped off turn number 2. Down the backstretch he went. Where will lap number 2 land the driver of the 931? It'll be a little bit slower. He slows down just a tad there. 16.951 on lap number 2. Here's a man who finds himself into the playoffs. He finds himself with 2 wins on the season. It's the driver from the north. It's the 42 Ford Mustang, Max Terriot, one of the fan favorites here with the Red Light Scrambler Series. As he is on the clock officially, you see him down a little bit lower with the left side tires. A slip off turn number 4, though. He will be still good enough for a brand new quick time out there on track. 16.632 on lap number 1 for Max Terriot. And he'll just shut her down right there. One and done for the driver of the 42. Wow, he put on a quick time, but new quick time straight to the top of the boards. It is that man right there, the number 10, Tim Blum. Blum comes into the year, doesn't have any wins for the first time in a long time for the driver of the 10, but right now he's got the provisional pole here at the Five Flag Speedway. Lap number 2 going to be quite substantially slower. It's going to be a 16.8, so his best time was lap number 1 for the driver of this classic hot sauce Chevrolet right now on the pole. No other driver right now out there on the track. 15 drivers out of the 24 drivers, correction, that have logged into the server here on the iRacing.com platform. And that man right now is your quick time. He is just continuing to turn laps. He's going to get a little bit extra practice time in here from the Five Flag Speedway. There's nothing wrong with some extra practice laps. I know if I was out there, I'd probably water up turn 1. That's why I'm not out there. I'm up here calling this one. Let's see, Ryan O'Danny going to start to roll out in his Hellfire Detroit Ford Mustang. Ryan just missing. Actually, sorry, Ryan just making the playoffs. I believe it was by just a handful of points. And as he slips off turn 4, he'll officially take the green flag and his first lap here from the Five Flag Speedway will not be one that he's going to be looking at the scoring chart here. He'll be looking forward to, though, getting lap number 2 in the books, as you see a lot of off the gas time down there in 3 and 4 as he's just trying to rotate that car. He's up the track a little bit. He will go 15th out of the 16 cars on his first lap, looking for lap number 2 to be quicker for the driver of this 98 machine. Out of turn 4 he comes. Where will he jump to on the board? Will he jump up on the board? He moves up 1 spot. He'll go 14th fastest with a 16.950. So that puts 16 drivers on the board that have taken time, and Nathan Maurer has got the power down in that AC power machine, or AC paint machine, sorry, as he actually goes 14th quickest on lap number 1, looking to move up here on lap number 2. So it's 14th quickest at a 16.8. And on his second lap, it'll be a little bit faster. He goes with a 16.818 this time by. So that'll net him the 13th quickest time on the board as he noses her down there into the wall. That'll mean 17 drivers now have taken a qualifying time here. So looking for drivers like Lee Betzel, Justin Gann, Joshua Buckley, Kyle Souza, Ron Hollyfield, Christopher Rothrock, Dustin Gainey, and Leo Bordage all have yet to take a lap here in the practice session, in your qualifying session here from the Five Flag Speedway. Well, we do have to welcome everybody here into the Turn 3 Racing Network, though. We are here at the Red Light Scrambler Series. Still got a minute and 42 seconds left on the clock. Still got plenty of time to turn a lap here in qualifying, but as we wait for the checkered flag here in qualifying, we're going to step away for just a moment. We will get the national anthem played. Right now it is Tim Blum, Max Terriot, Sean Butler, your top 3, James Heater, Todd Cray round out those top 5 drivers here in your qualifying sessions here from the Five Flag Speedway. Race number 1 here in the chase. Round of 12 drivers. See where they all start when we come back here from the national anthem.
Say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly wailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets regular the bombs bursting in air gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the
And welcome back here to the Five Flag Speedway, qualifying officially in the book. So let's take you through the starting lineup here. This is how they will line up for race number 1 here on the chase. It's going to be Tim Blum and Max Terriot on your front row here tonight. 2 chase drivers with 2 great starting spots. Row number 2, it'd be the 88 Hellman's driver Sean Butler, and right next to him, it'd be the young gun James Heater, looking to notch himself a win here from the Five Flag Speedway. Todd Gray going to start row number 3 alongside the tick-tock clocks man of David Camara in the 72. James Skelton will roll off from the from the 4th row. Richard Murdoch will roll off right alongside him. Row number 5 will be the rookie Michael Trevarthen and the wily veteran, the 62 of Ethan Troutman. Row 6 will line up like this. It'll be the battle of the Stranos. It'll be the number 3 of Tony Strano side by side with his brother of Joe in that 43 machine. Row number 7, it'll be Nathan Maurer looking to put the power down here in the 971 here tonight. And right alongside him, it'll be the Dirty Mo 33 of Eric Johnson. Row number 8 gonna look like this. Ryan O'Danny in the 98 machine and Kevin the Down Under O'Brien in the 184. Row number 9, it is Big Country Cole Haas and his bucked up Chevrolet, the 929 driver, Ira Cole Haas. Kyle Souza in the number 4, going to roll off from row number 9. Row 10, it's going to be Josh Buckley and the 930 of Justin Gann. Row 11 will be Leo Bordage and Lee Betzel. And the row number 12, it's going to be the 999 Dustin Gainey and Christopher Rothrock. Row 13, starting shotgun to the field, it'll be Ron Hollyfield, and that's going to be your lineup here tonight as we're taking the pace lap. This should be the last lap for pacing before we get 250 laps on the board here tonight. Round 1 of the playoffs. 12 drivers made the playoffs. Who will leave here tonight disappointed? Who will leave here in a good spot? Green flag is officially waving here from the Five Flag Speedway for the Red Light Scrambler Series. And down into turn number 1. It'll be the 10 of Tim Blum. It'll be the 42 of Max Terriel. There they are out of turn number 2 for the first time in the 3. Now it will be the 10 leading the 42. And the 88 of Sean Butler right there hot on the heels. Lap number 1 officially in the book. It'll be the 10 of Tim Blum leading the field here as Max Terriel, who got stuck to the outside, has not been able to clear himself to the inside lane where he would really like to put that 42 Ford Mustang here tonight. Right now the field is led here to complete lap number 2 still by the 10 of Blum. And this battle here, Terriel just cannot get that 42 down to the inside because Todd Cray, as soon as Sean Butler got around him, will fill the gap now. That 42, Max Terriel finds a home back in P number 4 as they still continue to battle back behind him, though. It's the 18 Z-line machine of James Heater to the outside of that 931. Michael Trevarthen, one of those chase drivers, as there is a caution flag on the speedway. 2 drivers pointed in the wrong direction here on the front stretch. Right away, it's going to be an early yellow here tonight for these drivers on lap number 4. We're going to get our first replay here of the night as the caution lights do fly. Where did this all go wrong here? I believe this happened just up in front of Justin Gann. There it is. You saw that time by on the 4 there, the DeWalt 184 here of Kevin O'Brien did tag the wall, so he's dropping a couple positions here as it looks like that is the one of Ron Hollyfield. Ron gets around him, and then it looks like Kevin's just up out of the groove and bounces it off the turn 4 exit, and Justin Gann with nowhere to go, and he slaps the 930 into the side there of Kevin O'Brien. Both of those drivers going to go around, but it looks like both drivers going to pull away from that accident. Let's see if we can rewind it just one more time here. Maybe we can go over top if we can find the quick view. There it is. You see them just come together. Nowhere for the 930 to go as O'Brien slaps that outside wall, and around that machine went here. And that's what puts us here under our first yellow flag of the night. And there you see Justin Gann down there on pit road. And a couple drivers who were towards the back of the field did elect to come in. It looks like Eric Johnson was the first one to come off pit road. So it'll be Johnson restarting here in the 18th position. And then it's going to be the 997 of Lee Betzel, Kyle Souza, Ira Cole Haas coming down pit road, also in his all bucked up Chevrolet Bromley Designs machine. He is back in P21. Dustin Gainey, Justin Gann, Ethan Troutman, and then Kevin O'Brien is out there on track right now. He has shown the first car 1 lap down. Your top 5 drivers, though, look like this after the first handful of laps here from the Five Flag Speedway. It is going to be Tim Blum, Sean Butler, Todd Cray, as you see the 184 of O'Brien back down pit road. But Cray is in 3rd. Terriel is 4th. James Skelton now will line up in that 5th position. Michael Trevarthen is 6th. James Heater is 7th. Richard Murdoch 8th. David Camara 9th. And rounding out the top 10 will be the driver of the AC Paint, 971 of Nathan Maurer. But that's how your top 10 are going to line up here. Caution lights are still out here, though, on the raceway. So now Tim Blum will have the choice here on the first restart of the race with his classic hot sauce machine. Will he take the inside or the outside? I think this is going to be a pretty clear-cut choice here tonight for a lot of these drivers. I believe they're going to pull the inside card. Where will the 10 go here? The light should go out on the pace car here. One lap till we go back to green. So it'll be Blum to the inside, putting Butler to the outside. Max Terriot, though, going to have to restart once again his 42 Ford Mustang back to the outside. Now can Butler, though, hang on to the outside like the 42 was not able to on the initial drop of the green flag here tonight? We're about to find out. Still got 242 laps. Going to be 241 laps when we go back to the green flag. There goes that iRacing pace car down onto pit road. So we will go back racing here on lap number 10. The green flag is in the air, and here they come up through the gears here at the Five Flag Speedway. As they all race down towards turn number 1, it looks like a really good start by your leader there of Tim Blum. Todd Craig got a really good start in his Clocks by Christopher 22 machine. He'll now dive to the inside here on Sean Butler as they go down into turn 3. First lap back to green flag racing. Going to go to your leader here, your pole setter tonight. It'll be the 10 of Tim Blum. Sean Butler going to have a second that he can jump down there, but Max Terriot gave him the room, and then, it looked like James Skelton was going to go to the inside. He did not, though, so Skelton going to hold on to the 5th spot. Terriot will hold on to the 4th spot for the time being, and Richard Murdoch back here battling for the 10th position with his teammate of Ryan O'Danny. Right now, Murdoch has the position, but O'Danny's going to take that inside spot. He will go to the 9th position and push Murdoch back one spot. But what will happen once the Reds Wicked Apple AL Ford Mustang, who runs back there in the 11th spot, he has moved up through the field, did not put a qualifying time down, so that put him towards the back of the field, but now he is starting to work his way, trying to find himself into the top 10 as Ryan O'Danny slipped that time through 1 and 2. Murdoch back underneath. O'Danny going to find a spot there, separated between the 01 and the number 2 of Buckley. So now O'Danny's back to the 10th spot. Buckley just hanging outside the top 10. And right behind them, they got sideways the number 11 of Bordage. Leo Bordage going to go around, and I believe that collects the 84 of Rothrock and the Corvette Parts Ford Mustang. That will lead us to the second yellow here tonight on lap number 14. Going to collect a couple of them back here. We'll have to watch it back exactly and see what we can see. What all happens here as the 11 of Leo Bordage completes lap, or starts lap 14 there. What happens there? A little contact between Rothrock and him. And then it looks like a little love tap, and actually it looks like everybody got pointed back in the right direction. Dustin Gainey, though, hard on the hooks there to try and stay out of that. Let's see if we can go from the nose camera here of Dustin Gainey in the 999. Well, it's 999, so add another 9 there. Look how he just, barely gives a little bump there to the 11 of Leo Bordage as he gathered that car up. What an excellent backer down, though, by Dustin Gainey. So technically 3 cars involved in wreck number 2 here tonight. So that's what brings out this yellow flag. Only a couple drivers down pit road. It looks like Kyle Souza will lead them off pit road. Justin Gann, Kevin O'Brien, and Christopher Rothrock right now. And here comes a slew of other drivers that will come down pit road now. And I believe that will be led by the 11 of Leo Bordage. He will bring down, it looks like Nathan Maurer coming down pit road also, so a handful of drivers. Rothrock still down there. Ron Hollyfield is down there on pit road also. So a couple drivers taking the advantage here in the early goings. They got a couple, a little bit of temperature in their tires. They were able to feel out a little bit there on that short run, so they know what they're going to need towards the end of this race. Still a very, very long way to go right now still at this time. It looks like 233 laps left here as the lights on the pace car come out. It looks like the 11 on board is just trying to race the pace car off pit road. Will he beat the pace car off pit road? It'd be a close one, but it looks like he may have just nosed that Ford Mustang. See, the Mustang, he's just one of the slower cars here as Bordage is going to go back around. He'll tag the rear of the field with his Toyota Pepsi machine. So that'll show Bordage right now in the 24th position. Top 5 drivers, it's going to be Blum, Cray, Butler, Terriot, Skelton, your top 5. We haven't seen the outside work on either of these starts here tonight, and now they're going to put the 22 of Todd Cray to the outside, so it'll be Blum to the inside, Cray to the outside, Butler back there in row number 2 in the 88 machine, P number 3, he'll start to the inside. Outside of him will be the 42 of Max Terriol. Right behind them, then it'll be the 86 Toyota there of James Skellin. And to the outside, it'll be the 931 of Michael Trevarthen. And we're about to drop this green flag here on lap number 20. The second restart here of the night. Pace car down and away. And there it is. The green flag is officially waving here on lap number 20. Light bulbs flashing as all these drivers head down towards turn number 1. It'll be a good exit out of turn number 2, though, by the 10. Todd Cray got a really good start there on the outside. He's able to hang for the time being. Question is, how hard does he want to push the right front on that number 22? As, it's going to be a heads-up race out of turn number 4. It will still be, though, the number 10 of Tim Blum at the line. Here comes Todd Cray, though. He is powering on the outside. Clocks by Christopher Driver. Tick-tock. Here comes the Cray man to the outside here out of turn number 4. He will lead lap 21. 2 drivers now leading laps. Actually, Todd Cray knows Tim Blum last time by the line, so that is 2 laps by Todd Cray, but he slips out of 2. And this time into turn number 3, it is the driver of the 10 who has a little bit of a nose advantage, and he is actually going to have a car length advantage at the line that time by Tim Blum. Now has the lead back here at the 5 Flag Speedway. Todd Cray now stuck to the outside as here comes the 88 driver, Sean the Butler. And he slides up the track in turn 3, almost into the quarter panel of the 22. The 22 will fight back out of turn number 4 as he had the momentum off the top side, but that inside lane rolls once again down in 1 and 2. You're going to see him go heads up for Pete number 2. Right now, there's a little bit of a gap back to the 86 as Skelton drives it in real hard down there into turn 3. Trying to bring that Supra to the front here. Now Sean Butler will clear the 22 there of Todd Cray at the start-finish line, and James Skelton will stick the nose of that Toyota Supra down to the inside, and he will try and come around that 22 as there's a huge battle back here just outside the top 10. Ryan O'Danny's been stuck to the outside as everybody has started to freight train him on that bottom row. Now it's going to be the driver of the 62's turn. That is Ethan Troutman. This is the battle back here for the 13th and the 14th position, and a couple of these guys back here that are behind this battle all have 4 fresher tires. As you can see, the 62 does get around the 98 of Ryan O'Danny. Now O'Danny stuck to the outside. Oh, he's going to make contact with that outside wall out of turn number 4. As all that goes on, contact just in front of these two as the 62 is up the track. And I believe that was the 930, Justin Ginn, giving him a little bit of a tap, moving him up out of the racing surface. That might be what you see a lot of drivers do here tonight to try and work their way around somebody that they're a little bit faster than. And you just saw Justin Ginn move the 62 up out of the way as everybody so far now ahead of them have gone single file as the 22 of Todd Cray did find a home in front of James Skelton. He actually made that outside work to find a home in third. So right now it is Blum, Butler, Cray, Skelton, and Michael Trevarthen that round out the top 5 drivers here on lap 29. But we're going to put 29 in the book here in just a second, as out of 4 will be the 10 of Blum. And now officially 29 laps in the books here. 27 have been led by the driver of this classic hot sauce number 10. It is going to be Tim Blum. No side-by-side racing this time by. These are your closest battles back here. It's Cole Haas in front of the 1 of Hollyfield, and then right behind Hollyfield is going to be the 971 driver, AC Paint. Nathan needs more power. Maurer back here, 16th, 17th, and 18th, and just in front of them, they actually go side-by-side for just a moment. It was Lee Betzel moving over and giving the position to Justin Gann in the 930, so Gann got on his big boy shoes. He is coming to the front here, and Lee Betzel going towards the back here. Now he's going to leave the inside door open. Betzel has a little bit of nose damage. I believe that actually may have came in that first initial yellow flag here tonight. I think he got into maybe the 930 of Justin Gann, actually. We didn't see it earlier, but I'm getting reports that is exactly where the damage for the driver of the 997 of Betzel came from. As look at him, he is just stuck to the outside now, and Nathan has nowhere to go around him. So a couple drivers there are going to round the driver of that 997. It looks like Cole Haas, Troutman, Johnson all going to set sail now. They are out there in front of him, as I believe I just looked up and saw Ryan O'Danny into the outside wall out of turn 4 again. So the early goings here at the 5 Flag Speedway is not going in favor of the driver of this Hellfire Detroit Ford Mustang. He had a really good run last week from the Bristol Motor Speedway, which put him in to the playoffs here. But right now, Ryan is all the way back. Fans in the 21st position, and the car is a little wounded here in the early stages. As the 10 of Blum is still out front here, but it looks like they are working up onto possible lap traffic in just a couple handful of laps. And that is going to be Kevin O'Brien. He doesn't want to go a lap down. He was a lap down from the drop as he was involved in that first 5-lap incident there. As he has a wounded car, he actually goes straight to the outside. He's going to let your leaders here work to the inside lane, and they will now set sail as your front two have now put Kevin O'Brien 1 lap down. And here comes Todd Cray as you see that 184 Kevin O'Brien doing the gentleman move by just staying to the outside. He lets your leaders go by. There's not a lot of room if something were to happen here, as that's what we saw back there when Kevin O'Brien went around. He hit the outside wall. Unfortunately, there was nowhere for Justin Gann to go, as now O'Brien still having ill handling the Walt Ford Mustang. Josh Buckley is in a battle there as Dustin Gainey in his Dirty Mo 999 machine is working the outside groove, trying to work around him. That's the battle for the 9th and the 10th position. Dustin Gainey not in your playoffs here, but looking to have a really strong run. He's put together a lot of strong runs throughout the year. Just hasn't been able to put himself in the position to really win one here. He has 1 top 5 finish here. He also has 2 top 10 finishes, but he's always in contention or hovering right inside the top 10 usually. Just not able to just yet park that Chevrolet in victory lane. Right behind them, there's a battle though, and it's Nathan Maurer found some power to the inside of the Troutman. So they're switch hands. That'll be 13th and 14th switching hands. And then here comes Ira Kohlhaas underneath the tick-tock clocks here of David Camara. So that'll switch hands. That'll be now Kohlhaas going to the 15th spot. Camara back to the 16th spot. Nothing's changed out front, ladies and gentlemen, but it is certainly close. Here comes that 88 looking to the inside out of turn number 4. Not able to get the turn for the driver of that 88, Sean Butler, but he is all over the back bumper of Blum. He is not letting Tim Blum run away, but neither is the top 5, as they are all still sitting there within about just shy of a second. But look at Sean Butler. He's able to hold the bottom. Almost contact between your 2 front drivers here. Now the 10 of Tim Blum will see a little bit of distance between him and Sean Butler, but Butler letting the 10 of Blum know that I am right here, my friend. I am not going away as they come out of turn 2. A little bit of a slip up for the driver who's running back there in 3rd of Todd Cray. Cray slips up just a little bit, but James Skelton not close enough to capitalize right now. So he'll hold on to the 3rd, and Skelton will hold on to 4th. 5th is still Trevarthen, and just a little bit farther back, about 2 seconds behind your leader of Tim Blum, though. I'd almost call it a straightaway here at the Five Flags Speedway because laps are fast and straightaways are short. That'll be Max Terriot, who started towards the front of the field here. Still runs just outside the top 5, having a good run here. He said he's going to save his stuff for a little bit later on in the race. If we get a long enough green flag, the 42's back here saving, and the 10 and the 88 are not. Max Terriot might be sitting in the catbird seat, and he will drive back through the field here at the Five Flags Speedway. Side-by-side battle back here, though, between the 1 of Hollyfield and the 72 of Camara. 2 drivers that are well known to each other, and right now it looks like Ron in the Kodak Films #1 Chevrolet will get the run out of 4, and he will take over now that 16th spot as Camara is falling backwards. He is sideways off the bumper of Betzel. Lee Betzel gets a little bit hard into turn number 1, makes contact with the 72, but you see how everybody was able to gather it up there. Everybody behind them, Rothrock and Souza, Bordage and Strano, they all lifted off the throttle, allowed David Camara to gather that car up. They may lose a little ground to Ron Hollyfield, but they will still be able to live to turn green flag laps here from the Five Flag Speedway. The 72 of Camara does have a little more rear end damage. I don't believe it was there before the contact, but it is definitely there now. The deck lid of the 72 lifted up just a little bit, and that I don't think is going to play any factors into the handling of that car. As actually, here comes now the 997 of Betzel. He'll jump to the inside of David Camara, and he will make the pass out of turn number 4 at the line. Anyway, it's still going to show Lee as having the 17 spot as Camara. Now, Rothrock is also up the track a little bit there. Rothrock not battling with these guys for a position, as he is actually the first car one lap down right now in the 24th position, but that might change hands because this man right here, there you can see your leaders, as Ryan O'Danny would be the next car. He is about a straightaway gap, if you want to call it, over Tim Blum. Sean Butler, there is Kevin O'Brien, as you see him back there behind Ryan O'Danny. Kevin is actually shown right now 1 lap down, trying to not go 2 laps down back in the 25th position. As it looks like Kevin will actually come down pit road, and your leaders once again all nose to tail for your top 4 position. Just a little gap back to Michael Trevarthen, but they are all pretty much nose to tail riding the bottom of the raceway here in the early stages. This time by, it'll be 53 laps for the man who set the fast time in qualifying. Tim Blum still hanging on to that lead. Right now, looking at it, it looks like Blum, Butler, Cray, Skelton, all Chase drivers here. Michael Trevarthen also right there sitting in 5th. Max Terriol, Richard Murdoch, James Heater. All Chase drivers. So put your top 8 drivers, as actually it looks like Heater is your final Chase driver inside. So all 8 of your top 8 drivers are in the chase. Then it's Justin Gann, who is not in the chase. The 10th place driver, though, of Eric Johnson is. Just taking a peek, your farthest back driver of the chase is going to be the 929, all bucked up Chevrolet of Ira Kohlhaas. He is sitting back here in the 16th position. He is still on the lead lap. He's running about 8.5 seconds, though, behind your leaders, as he has started to close in. Or actually, it looks like Ron Hollyfield did get around him, but now Kohlhaas has started to reel him back in. Kohlhaas up the track just a little bit. I did speak with the driver of this 929 before we came to the green flag here tonight, and he felt like he had a really strong car here at the Five Flag Speedway. His problem was going to be track position, and since he put himself in such a hole from the drop of the green flag, he has just not been able to dig himself out of it. So right now, the final chase driver, or the farthest running back chase driver, was Kohlhaas till I take the quick gander back, and actually it's Ryan O'Danny. They were the final 2 positions being locked into the chase. It's actually O'Danny who's fighting to stay on the lead lap right now. Remember, right there's the leader. So it's not Kohlhaas, it's O'Danny, and right there it is. To complete lap 64 here, or 63, headed to 64, still showing Tim Blum having the dominant car, but I believe the 2 drivers that are sitting just behind him are just sitting back there riding here at the Five Flag Speedway, not really wanting to push the envelope. Taking a quick gander at it, I think we're have to take a green flag pit stop here at some point here tonight from the Five Flag Speedway, and that could spell pretty disastrous if a yellow flag would come out, because I'm thinking with a little over 17.5 second laps, we're calling 18-second laps for a lot of these drivers right now. An average pit stop, call it 14.5 seconds, 15 seconds, plus the pit travel time. You're looking at possibly about 45 seconds in pit road as Ryan O'Danny goes a lap down. He moves right up out of the way of your leaders. They will work around that driver. That's something that you don't want to have to do here from the Five Flag Speedway, is pit under green flag here, because that's just give it a rough number of 40 seconds. Right now, looking at the timing and scoring, it'll show 22 drivers left on. Oh, as Camara's going to lock her up coming down pit road. He barely misses the pit wall there, but he will bring the Clocks by Christopher 72 machine down pit road. He'll be the first one to come down pit road for his possible ill-handling car. This is on lap 68, so I'm not sure if this is an actual scheduled pit stop here by the driver of the 72, but he is down pit road as right side tires are going on that car as your leader is coming around. That'll put him 2 laps down officially. Remember that David Camara had a little bit of an ill-handling car. He was already falling back through the field as actually the jack has dropped as he is back out there on track. So a 14.4 second pit stop for the driver of the 72. We will now put him officially 2 laps down. He spent 34 seconds from the time he hit the commitment cone to the time he hit the exit cone. So 34 seconds. That's 2 laps as there's another driver coming down pit road here as he goes 1 lap down. It'll be the 997 of Lee Betzel. So possibly now we are in the window for the green flag pit stops as this is the second driver that we have seen come down as he has shown 1 lap down and he's going to go at least 1 more lap down because here comes your leaders out of turn 4. So that will pull now Betzel, Camara, both 2 laps down. No other driver right now looking down on pit road. And we have 19 drivers left on the lead lap, and there is one of them. It is going to be the 3 of Tony Strano. He is running in the 19th position as Rothrock up there rim riding turns 1. He'll get the Corvette Parts Ford Mustang down off that wall, though, and he'll keep her pointed in the right direction. Rothrock is a lap down running in the 22nd position, and he could possibly go 2 laps down as your leaders are starting to really track him down here in a hurry. So with only 19 drivers left on the lead lap, I guess you could say the 10, the 88, the 86 are really putting a blistering pace here on the track. Looks like Kevin O'Brien possibly done here tonight. No, just a little bit of a blinking issue coming out of, or not coming out of, but hailing out of the Australia area. Your leaders will pass. Oh, yellow flag is out on the racetrack. Where is the yellow? Trying to find it. It actually looks like it's going to involve Kevin O'Brien actually going around down here in turn 1. As he sits down to the inside, he'll take the tow back to pit road, and we'll have to see if we can back her up and find what happened to the driver of the 184 DeWalt Ford Mustang from Australia. What happened here? It looks good. Oh, he just loses it out of turn 4. The car snaps back sideways, and he just comes to a rest down to the inside, and he'll park that DeWalt machine down there on against the inside wall as all your leaders work around him to the outside. We'll throw it back. We'll watch it one more time here. There you see hard impact for that Ford Mustang into the outside wall. It's going to be a lot of repairs possibly done for Kevin O'Brien, and I'm getting reports that the 20, or sorry, the 9, the 9, the 20, it is the 184 of Kevin O'Brien has elected to pull that car behind the wall here tonight. He is out of the 5 Flags race here in Pensacola, Florida. So it's not the way the driver from down under wanted to start his playoff race, but it is definitely the way that it's going to go as a lot of drivers are taking to the pit road here. As everybody comes out of pit road, it looks like it will cycle back through because Kyle Souza did stay out. He will lead a lap, but then as everything files back through, it'll be the 10 of Blum, the 88 of Butler, James Skelton, Todd Cray, Max Terriot, and Richard Murdoch, your top 6 drivers. And it's Michael Trevarthen, Justin Gann, Eric Johnson, James Heater rounds out your top 10. As you see, the driver of that 98, Ryan O'Danny, come back out of pit road. It looks like he did get a lap back. We'll wait for all that timing and scoring, though, to cycle back through. David Camara is sitting there in front of your leader. He is shown 1 lap down now because he did not come down pit road. He was shown 2 laps down because he was the first driver to take a green flag pit stop here tonight. So as he sits back in the 23rd position, 1 driver retired out of this race here from Pensacola, Florida. It is the driver from Australia, 184, the DeWalt Ford Mustang, Kevin O'Brien, as he went around on the front stretch. That's what puts us under caution for the 3rd time here tonight. Question out of the far east, I guess we're going to call it. Brandon Minto doing some service, as you do see the 72 of David Camara getting a wave around here. Ryan O'Danny not involved in an early wreck, but he was involved in to finding the outside wall out of turn number 4 a couple times. That's what put the damage to the driver of the 98, and it's just been a downhill spiral for him since then. Right now, he is shown in your 21st position, 1 lap down. He will battle the 84, Christopher Rothrock, David Camara, and Lee Betzel for the lucky dog position, but we are ready to go back. Green flag racing here on lap 81. Tim Blum, Sean Butler, James Skelton, Todd Craig, green flag back in the air here. Lap 81 going to start right now. That means 170 laps to go here from Pensacola, Florida. Round 1 of the chase. And, well, there it is. Tim Blum firing off here on the restart. He's going to bring James Skelton now into P number 2 because, well, the 88 of Butler going to manhandle, force his way down to the inside lane. Back to green flag. Lap 1 of the green flag stand here. Tim Blum going to take back his lead, and he is going to show dominance here from the Five Flag Speedway so far tonight. Just a couple more laps, and he could possibly hold off and hold the title for the most laps led here tonight. It is an extra bonus point if it would come down to it at the end of this 12-man chase, when we're going to cut them down to just 8 in a couple of weeks, because you do get a bonus point for leading a lap. You do get a bonus point for the most laps led, and right now Tim Blum has both of them, so that's an extra 2 bonus points at the end of the night if we would need to get to it. But right now, the only driver stuck to the outside, as it looked like it was the 01 of Murdoch, but it is actually not. It's going to be the 18 of James Heater in the Z-Line Toyota. He is stuck to the outside right now of Dustin Gainey, as he is dropping. Now he is officially out of the top 10, as he is fighting to stay now in the 11th position, but he will not be able to hold the 11th position either, because here comes the 62 of Ethan Troutman. Everybody pretty much on the same pit cycle here. Only a couple guys that are a lap down stayed out to get a lap back, as you see the sparks fly out of turn number 4. A couple of the drivers trying to get everything they can get out of these fresh tires here at the Five Flags little half-mile track, and now James Heater will find a home, but it's going to be all the way back into the 13th spot. Ryan O'Danny back here. He is the final driver on the ticker counting that is running. He will be shown in the 24th position. Tim Blum still out front, but here comes the 971. Nathan Mauer's got the power, and he now moves his way into the top 10. He is now in 9th, and Justin Gann just trying to stay inside the top 10, because here comes the 999 of Gainey and the 62 of Troutman. Troutman, one of those drivers, quick week in and week out, as he will now look to the inside here of Gainey. That'll be the battle for the 11th and the 12th position. Right now, Gainey has it, but Troutman wants it. He wants to move up here. He's in the playoffs. He would like to find his way towards the front of the field here tonight. Well, that won't work here. Actually, correction. Read it wrong once again. Got it in the notes, still read it wrong. Troutman's not in the playoffs, race fans. If you were a Troutman fan, we are just kidding. Joke's on us here tonight. But out front, we can tell you for sure that these top 5, 6, 7, 8 drivers are in the playoffs. Blum, Skelton, Butler, Cray, Terriot, Murdoch. Caution flag is waving, though, because Dustin Gainey and the 18 of James Heater come to a rest out of turn number 4 against the inside wall. Doesn't look like either car has too much damage, but that will put us right back under a yellow after turning about 10 laps under green, as Gainey powers up that Camaro to get back pointed in the right direction. Where did this all unfold? Out of turn 4, we have had reports here tonight that it gets really tight as we throw it back here. Let's watch it from the top here. Gainey is in front of the 62 there of Troutman. What happens though out of 4? Oh, you see out of 2 though, Gainey slaps the outside wall with the left or with the right side, and then he gets a little tap. Oh, and then there's a chain reaction. Kohlhaas gets tapped into the back bumper of the 18. Buckley taps the 929, and that's how it all comes to a rest up against the inside wall there for Heater and Gainey here at the Five Flag Speedway. So that will be what brings out the caution here. Put this under caution for the 4th time, and I believe we have a lot of green flag pit stop takers, but your front 2 will stay out here. Well, I say front 2, but it actually is only going to be 2 of your drivers here tonight that stay out. And that'll be Tim Blum and Richard Murdoch. Everybody else is down pit road, and the race off of pit road goes to the 86 of James Skelton. Rothrock did get his lap back, so he'll have to pit in that 84 Corvette parts Ford Mustang. So coming down pit road and leading him out of pit road to be the driver of James Skelton out of that 86 camp. Then it's Justin Gann, Max Terrill, Todd Cray, Michael Trevarthen, Eric Johnson, Nathan Maurer, and Sean Butler losing the most spots on pit road. It looks like he had a really slow stop. It looks like 14.3 seconds in his pit box, 39.2 seconds on pit road total for the driver of the Hellman's 88 machine. So that moves him right now for the time being outside the top 10. He'll gain one spot here as you see Rothrock down pit road in his Corvette parts machine. And now Butler will take over the 10th position. Sitting in 11th, though, will be the 62 of Troutman. Ron Hollyfield is sitting there 12th. Dustin Gainey is 13th. Tony Strano, 14th, right now beating his brother by one position because Joe Strano is sitting there in the 15th spot. Leo Bort is on the lead lap once again as he runs in the 16th spot. Kyle Souza, though, running in 17th. Cole Haas, who is down pit road right now in his all bucked up Chevrolet, has a lot of rear end damage to that car. He is running in the 18th spot, still on your lead lap. He was almost ready to go a lap down under the green flag long run that we just had a couple of yellows ago. He is running in the 18th spot, and the final driver on the lead lap who got his lucky dog will be the 84 of Christopher Rothrock. That's how your field is going to line up here because the lights on the iRacing Mustang are out. We're going to get ready to line them back up and drop the green flag. It'll still be 153 laps to go here from the Five Flag Speedway once the iRacing pace car makes the left-hand turn. There goes the pace car, and here comes the green flag. It is waving here, lap 98 about to start. And as lap 98 starts, Tim Blum starts to take the inside lead here and accelerate out of turn number 2. Once again, he'll lead the field as long as he can get through turn 4. Knock on the wood. Don't call it too soon, race fans, but here comes Tim Blum. He'll lead his 95th lap here of the night. And now Murdoch, who stayed out on those older tires, they're going to have to fight now because he is stuck to the outside. Skelton has gone by. Terry Alt has now looking to the inside here. That to be for the 4th position. Murdoch has a chance to get right in front of Michael Trevarthen. Will he be able to get the Iron Bird car down there and take the lane? He will. Now he'll fall back into that 4th position, and the battle is right behind them. Todd Cray working to the outside there of the 930 of Gann. Gann has the damage on that machine, but he is really fast here tonight. He had one of the fastest cars last week at the Bristol Motor Speedway, and he ended up getting turned around at one point and then, I believe, looped it himself. Oh, Trevarthen down onto the apron here. That's going to check up the bottom lane, and Todd Cray is going to say thank you very much as, there's a battle for the lead out of turn number 4. Who's going to lead it? James Skelton. Does it give it to him at the line? It does not. It's going to give Blum the lead at the line, but now Skelton has it down out of turn number 2. So Skelton takes the lead on the fresh tires. It puts Tim Blum to the outside. Did the driver of the 10 make a mistake here? Because these drivers on those 4 fresh tires are taking advantage of him right now. So now Skelton out front here from the Five Flag Speedway, and he accelerates as about a half-second lead, called about 4 or 5 car lengths, if you will, back to Max Terrill, who runs back there in the 2nd position. As now looks like Murdoch going to get moved up out of the groove. He was running in the 4th spot. He was the other driver who did not pit. So as Justin Gann looks to the inside of Murdoch, Murdoch going to have to give way. Now here comes that 22 of Todd Cray looking to the inside in turn 1. He's going to bring the clocks by Christopher Chevrolet to the inside of the class's hot sauce number 10. It will be out of turn number 2. It will be Todd Cray taking the position back from Tim Blum. So now call it Skelton out front here for the last 4 laps. Max Terriot running him down in the 2nd spot. Todd Cray in 3rd. Blum back to 4th. Where is Richard Murdoch? Race fans, you're asking. Well, he started on the outside of row number 1 here just about 10 laps ago, and he is already back to the 10th position. The Iron Bird Broodco Chevrolet right now going backwards with these older tires. He really needs these laps to tick off to possibly just possibly be able to, get the wear on those drivers' tires that they can start to equal out. The question is, when will it equal out? How long will it take to equal out? And just behind them, there's a battle for the 10th, or for the 11th position, actually, and that's going to be Troutman to the inside right now on the 33 of Johnson. The inside lane has really been the way to go here tonight. Yellow flag is waving. Where is the caution? It's going to be this 84 Corvette Part Ford Mustang. Oh, pointed in the wrong direction. I believe Camara's going to slice a little bit of the more of the nose off that Corvette Part Ford Mustang. So we're going to have to throw it back here and find where the yellow flag came out at. What happened to Christopher Rothrock? Right there it is, just sideways, and the car just got taken by the wall. Nothing he could do. He tried to hold it down there to the inside, and when he went to turn her around, it was just too late as your leaders were coming. Let's see if we can actually rewind it back far enough that we could possibly get an in-car camera view here with the driver of the 84 looking off the helmet camera. This is out of turn 2, looking for the yellow, or for this little slip out of turn number 4. He has the Max Pappas wheel turned all the way to the left, and you can just hear it. He throttled up, and the car just went around, and unfortunately looking the wrong direction down in turn number 1. That's what put us under the yellow flag circumstances. So it looks like that 84 will be able to stay out there, but green or yellow flag pit stop this time. Tim Blum does come down pit road. He is going to be looking for more fresh tires on that 10 machine, and then he'll go back out. James Skelton done with his service in his Toyota. He'll lead him out of pit road for the first time here tonight. That's a bunch of battles out of the pit road here. We'll let the timing and scoring kind of update there before we tell you where all your leaders are starting to cycle through. But right now what we can tell you is this driver didn't pit, and neither did the 2 drivers behind him. It's going to be Max Terriol, Todd Cray, and Ira Kohlhaas, Big Country himself, inside the top 3 there. Those are your top 3 drivers, and I don't think they're going to come down pit road, but the question is, how long will they be able to hold on to those positions? Because if you pit now, you're going to go all the way back down to, it looks like, about the 19th, possible 20th position. Kyle Souza is your last car on the lead lap, and right now he is shown in the 19th spot. Approaching the halfway point here tonight, their lap counts look like this for a lot of your leaders. Tim Blum has led 98 of your first 112 laps completed here tonight. James Skelton has led 8. Then it's been Max Terriol, who right now finds himself out front. He has led the last 3 laps. Todd Cray led 2, and Kyle Souza has led 1 lap here tonight. So 5 drivers able to put their car at the point at some point here tonight. Now the question being, who will be the next one? Will Max Terriol lead us from this point in this race all the way to the end? The iRacing pace car lights go out. So it's Terriol, Cray, Kohlhaas, Skelton, Blum, Trevarthen, your top 6. 7th is Nathan Maurer, Sean Butler, Justin Gann, and then Dustin Gainey rounding out the top 10 drivers here. 11th is Murdoch. Then it's going to be Troutman, Johnson, Hollyfield, Grano, Strano, Bornage, Souza, and Buckley. Your top 19 drivers. Ryan O'Danny is sitting there in the 20th position. Green flag is back out, though, here at the Five Flags Speedway. We will go back racing here on lap number 115, and it's going to be the battle between the old tires here. Out of turn 2, the inside lane, the 42. Max Terriol has the power down, but the outside car, the 22, clocks by Christopher Chevrolet. Out of turn number 4, has the lead. Who's going to have it at the stripe? It's going to be Todd Cray leading the way. Back to green flag racing we go here. 2 playoff drivers leading the field here. James Skelton trying to work that outside lane, also around the 929 bucked up Chevrolet of Ira Kohlhaas. He's another playoff driver, but right now at the line it'll be the 42 of Max Terriol. Then it's Todd Cray, and trying to still work the outside lane. James Skelton has a nose ahead out of turn number 2. Will he be able to make the pass? We've only seen 1 pass by the outside lane. Skelton's going to blow the entry into 3, but can he get the momentum out of 4? Oh, Kohlhaas sideways. They're going to go just about 3 wide into turn 1. The 10 of Blum allowed the 929 driver back onto the racing surface. He checked it up. Right now, your leaders are checking out as this battle is still back here for the 3rd position. Kohlhaas on the old tires, just trying to have a good, solid finish here from the Five Flag Speedway, as he is now still to the inside, as I believe that's the 2 of Josh Buckley down there to the apron in the 24th position, 3 laps down in his Ford Mustang. Your leaders are still nose to tail as they come out of turn 4 in the battle here. Now James Skelton will take the spot. Skelton will move to the 3rd spot. Will he be able to run down your leaders? Now you see another driver to the outside that thinks he might be able to make a couple passes. Here comes the 10 of Blum. He has the nose of that classic hot sauce machine down to the inside of the 929, all bucked up Chevrolet. They will go 3 wide because Butler's going to stick his nose in the middle. Trevarthen gets a hip check. Butler will take the position. Trevarthen slowly rolls back into the throttle there for the Fram 931 machine. Now he will look to the inside of the bucked up Chevrolet of Cole Haas. Murdoch going to blow corner number 3. He's up almost into the outside wall. Murdoch going to go from the 9th position all the way to the outside the top 15. Cole Haas, who started up towards the front, the 3rd car on that restart, is now falling back to the 8th spot, but he found a home back to the bottom. It's a 3-car runaway at the front of the field here to complete lap 122. Lap 123 officially underway here, and it's led by Max Terriot, Todd Cray, James Skelton. 1 second back, you'll find the 10 of Blum. There you see him in the Classics Hot Sauce number 10. And then about a half second behind him is going to be the 88 of Sean Butler in 5th. Behind them, then it's Trevarthen, Maurer, Johnson, Cole Haas, who's now under pressure from, it looks like the 999 of Gainey. That'll be the battle for the 9th and the 10th position. Right now, though, bucked up Chevrolet still hanging on to it, but the better drive out of turn number 2. Going to go to the Dirty Mo 999 of Gainey. There goes side by side into 3, and Cole Haas just not able to get the turn in the center of the corner for the car. And now here comes Ethan Troutman. He'll take the 10th position. So Cole Haas, who started 3rd, now here in just about, call it 15 laps, has been moved outside the top 10, as here comes the 11, the Pepsi machine of Bordage. Now here comes Murdoch. It's just going to be a continued backward slide here for the driver of the 929 machine. He is just stuck to the outside. No, Ryan O'Danny into the outside wall. Hard into the inside wall. Then going to go to the 3 of Tony Strano. No yellow flag is waving just yet, as Strano is able to get the car pointed in the right direction. We didn't quite see it. We know Ryan O'Danny, though, was hard into the outside wall. And then Tony Strano goes around in his Dow number 3 machine. He went hard into the outside wall, too, as there's a battle out of turn number 4. Here comes the 86 of James Skelton to the front. James Skelton will take over the lead once again because Tim Blum, well, he was knocking on the back door of that 86, and James decided it was time to go. Max Terriot, though, in those old tires now will fall back to the 3rd position as they are side by side behind him, too. The 88 of Butler takes the 4th spot. Here comes Trevarthen looking to the inside of the 22 of Cray. He'll take the position. Now Maurer's going to follow him out of turn number 2. So now Todd Cray, also on those older tires, will fall back to the, looks like possibly the 7th position for the time being. There's one other driver down to the inside that could get around him possibly, and that'll be the 33 of Eric Johnson. And it looks like the 42's downward spiral is going to start here now as the 88 of Butler takes over the 3rd spot from him. Now here comes Trevarthen. He will take over that spot also. So now your top 5 at Skelton, Blum, Butler. Trevarthen and Terriot rounds out those top 5 positions. Where will Yo's? Oh, there's a yellow out on track. A yellow flag coming out, and it looks like it's going to involve the driver of the 72 of David Camara. What went wrong for Camara? Because, well, there is no nose on the clocks by Christopher 72 Chevrolet anymore here tonight, race fans. What just happened to the TikTok man? Or look back, as he was actually battling at the time of this, I believe. Oh, Cole Haas up there gets a little contact with the number 2 of Josh Buckley, but we're watching the 72 of Camara finds the outside wall. Oh, and he hooked it dead right to stay out of the door panel of the 4 of Kyle Souza. So he saves Kyle from going around, but in the meantime, he spins the TikTok machine out, and that's what makes hard contact with that outside retaining wall. Let's see if we can go over top from the blimp so you can exactly see the battle that brewed off turn number 4 for these two. David Camara, there you see the contact with the wall, and oh, he just hooks her dead right. He stays out of Souza's door, which is exactly what Souza wanted, but unfortunately, it's going to be a rough night now sledding for the driver of this 72 machine. And that will put us under, I believe, some more pit stops here, as everybody has been down pit road already. And James Skelton will come back out with your lead here. As everything cycles back through, it looks like the three of Strano possibly right now looking like he's going to get his lap back, but he is actually going to come down pit road in the down number 3, so that will put him back to 1 lap down. So 19 drivers still on your lead lap, as that may still change here as we're under the yellow flag conditions. But it's going to be James Skelton, Tim Blum, Dustin Gainey. Oh, and there's a monkey wrench for your race fans. Dustin Gainey jumping up 9 positions with the 999 Dirty Mo Chevrolet here under this yellow flag pit stop. Dustin will jump to the 3rd spot with a 2-tire stop. So we'll have to keep an eye and see if a 2-tire stop was worth it for the driver of that Dirty Mo Chevrolet. Restarting in 4th will be the 88 of Sean Butler. Then it's going to be the 42 of Max Terriol. Michael Javarthan will start there in your 6th spot. Nathan Maurer 7th. Todd Cray in 8th. Eric Johnson in 9th. And Ethan Troutman. Rounding out the top 10 here when we go back green flag racing. Just over the halfway point here for the 5 Flag Speedway. Round 1, like we said here, of this chase. And the chase will be on here between your top 2 drivers here. James Skelton going to lead us back to the green flag. The iRacing pace car makes the left-hand turn down pit road. And the green flag officially waves at the flag stand. Oh, a bobble by Skelton. It's going to allow Blum to get a really good start. Will he be able to clear? Oh, he blows the corner. Lieutenant Blum went down into the corner. He had the lead, and the car just did not turn. That allows the 86 of Skelton to come back underneath him. And out of turn 4, will it be James Skelton leading us back? Yes, it will. Skelton going to lead us back here to the stripe. And we are officially back on the loud pedal here. 1 lap of green flag racing, and it's going to be Skelton, Blum, Gainey holding on as he is sideways entering turn 3. Tire temperature and tire pressures, all sorts of different on the Dirty Mo Chevrolet. And right now, Gainey is hanging on, but he is definitely sideways hanging around into every corner here at every inch of this 5 Flag Speedway. A little bit sideways once again, leaning on those right side tires, trying to get him up to temperature. Sean Butler is just biding his time, and now the opportunity, but the yellow flag is going to fly. Yellow flag flying as Christopher Rothrock in the Corvette Part Ford Mustang is pointed in the wrong direction back here in turn number 4. What went wrong for Rothrock? He has had an ill-handling Corvette Parts Ford Mustang here all night long. There is no more rear deck lid on that 84 machine. Well, where did that damage come from? There we see Rothrock just hanging on to the tail of the field here. What went wrong? As we go over top. Coming into 3. Oh, the rear end just steps out of the Keen Auto Parts Corvette parts machine, and then just hard contact with the left side. And then he drives it down the track to try and get out of the way. And let's just put a couple more scuffs on the machine here tonight. And that is what's going to put us under this yellow flag here tonight. Taking a look through the timing and scoring, it doesn't look like a lot of your race leaders are coming down pit road here under this yellow. A couple drivers outside the top 15 have James Heater, who went around early on here. He is back in the 16th spot down pit road, so that may change. Souza, Joe Strano, Lee Betzel, Ryan O'Danny, Tony Strano, all down pit road. Right now, though, that Skelton machine has been out front for, well, looks like 22 laps. Tim Blum, though, charged hard back to the front. He finds himself running second here. He'll restart on the outside lane. Dustin Gainey able to hang on there with those 2 tires in that 3rd spot. Question is, though, John Butler was being pretty nice back there. Dove underneath Dustin Gainey right when that yellow flag came out, and then kind of got trapped back there in that 4th spot. Running 5th is Max Terriol running in, little blink issue there for Sean Butler. We'll see if he comes back. Running in the 6th spot will be Todd Cray. Michael Trevarthen will be 7th. Nathan Maurer is in the 8th spot. 9th is Eric Johnson. 10th would be Ethan Troutman, but right now Sean Butler still not showing up on the timing and scoring. Let's hope that Sean Butler not having internet issues here from the Five Flag Speedway. As there he appears, the Hocus Pocus man going to reappear there. As the lights on the iRacing pace car went out that time by at the flag stand, so we'll go back racing. It'll be 105 laps to go here for these drivers. Who out there in chat thinks we're going to see 105 laps of green flag racing to wind down the race here, round 1 of the playoffs. There is the iRacing pace car on pit road, and there's the flagman waving hard the green cloth. That means green flag back in the air, as once again Skelton not having the greatest restart down there in turn 1, as they will all battle out of turn 2, though. It'll be heads up drag race to turn 3, and it's going to be the 86, but he blows the corner just a little bit. James Skelton blows the corner, but he will still hang on to the lead. Down into 1, it'll be the battle for the 2nd spot. Here comes Gainey. Looks like the tire pressures may be a little bit higher this time on this run, as he's actually still sideways. He's really driving the wheels off the 999. Up the track he goes, and now Tim Blum's going to have clear sailing track to the inside. He will fall into the 2nd spot. Now Butler's the only driver inside your top 10 who's right now to the outside. The next driver to the outside would be Nathan Maurer, and he's outside the top 10, running in the 11th spot. Here comes the 42 of Terriault, though. He has the inside lane. Cray has the inside lane. There, look off turn 4. Terriault makes the pass. Cray going to go side by side into 1. He'll make the pass, and now Butler will find a home, running in the 6th spot. Right behind the 22 of Todd Cray, right in front of Michael Trevarthen, just splits him down the middle. As the 22 of Cray really eating there out of turn 4, hanging it sideways in his Chevrolet. Hangs on, though, for that 5th position for the time being. Your front 2, though, and those newer 4 tires are starting to distance themselves from Dustin Gainey. How long will Max Terriault sit there and play patiently with the back bumper of Dustin Gainey, or will we see a little bit of a bump and get out of my way? Thank you, sir. As here comes the 22, actually, of Todd Cray to the inside. Is that's all you got. That's all it's going to take here tonight, is just one little mistake. Max, though, is going to find a home, just losing 1 position. Very lucky there. But Terriault going to go from the 4th spot back to the 5th spot. And now it's going to be Todd Cray. Can he run down Dustin Gainey? And then can they run down your leaders here? Skelton and Blum have now worked their way out to it. Oh, Blum blows turn 1. Up the track he goes. He was right on the bumper of Skelton. Now he's going to lose about a half second. About 4, call it 5 car lengths down into turn number 3 lead here for the 86 of James Skelton. Yellow flag is waving, race fans, and it might involve the 84 of Christopher Rothrock once again down here in turn number 4. And I think, oh boy, Ryan O'Danny, who just worked his way back onto the lead lap, may be involved in this one. So the yellow flag flying here for the Five Flags Raceway, or Speedway, if you will. What happened here in turn 4? And not that time by. We'll have to wait for them to come back around here to find out what exactly just happened. As we're looking at Christopher contact between Rothrock and Lee Betzel. And then David Camara. Oh, Kyle Souza gets involved just a little bit. Ryan O'Danny actually just misses that incident. He was able to just skate on by. Let's see if we can actually find Ryan and see if we can go cockpit with the driver of the 98, Ryan O'Danny. You see the contact out in front of him as he goes high to avoid it. And almost Souza up the track into O'Danny, but he was hard on the hooks himself. Maybe we can go back and actually watch that from Kyle Souza's in-car cockpit camera. All these drivers carry one of them here from the Five Flag Speedway as things happen early and often and quick. And let's see the reaction here out of the 4 cockpit. Oh, he gets tagged and misses. Then Rothrock does get tagged in that right rear quarter panel. So that puts us under caution flags. James Heater looks like he has stayed out in his Z-Line number 18 Toyota Supra. He will officially be credited with 1 lap led here tonight, but that Z-Line Supra is pretty tore up on the front end, and it looks like he will come back down pit road, so the running order will shuffle to Tim Blum, it looks like, being our leader. Josh Buckley has his Red's Wicked Apple Ale machine right now in the 23rd position, shown 2 laps down, but it looks like he's going to stay out here, so he'll get tagged the rear of the field, and it looks like the 3 of Tony Strano also going to stay out here and tag the rear of the field if he can. That would then put Strano back on the lead lap, and he would be your 21st car on the lead lap. So that would give us 21 drivers to the lead lap, as Lee Betzel would be in the 22nd position, and his purple machine 1 lap down on the 22nd spot. And then it's Josh Buckley who'll take the wave. He'll come back around here. He will be 23rd, 2 laps down, and Christopher Rothrock is sitting on pit road right now with the Corvette parts, as he actually is going to come back out here. Shown 4 laps down, but I believe 1 to go here before we go back green flag racing. Well, Brandon, we tell him week in and week out to keep his nose clean, and we thought coming in here to the Five Flag Speedway that he was going to have a good run, as he had a great run back at Bristol, but I think he has to tear the front nose off that car before that machine is going to be quick again. But the green flag's in the air. No, big wiggle for Tim Blum, trying to get on the throttle early, and it went sideways. He's going to be able to actually clear, though, James Skelton, who got a really bad restart to the outside. Here comes Todd Cray. He now finds himself second. Look at Gainey, sideways once again into turn number 3 goes Dustin Gainey, and I believe there's somebody falling through the field, as that might have actually been Sean Butler's internet connection here once again, so he is back on track. But now out front, leading the way, it will be Blum with 22 then of Cray. But here comes James Skelton. Cray made 1 mistake. Skelton's going to throw her sideways out of 4. And they will once again go down into the corner, side by side racing for the 2nd position. Then Blum looks up and he goes, "Thank you, boys," as they figure it out actually pretty early. So it's going to be Blum, Skelton, Cray, then Gainey hanging on. Those 2 tires are now it's 4 tires for Dustin Gainey. He played the 2-tire role there for quite a while. He got it to work out because he was able to hold on to the track position for the time being. But here comes now looking to the inside. Max Terriel shows him the nose a little bit down there in 3 and 4. And Gainey will though hang on to the 4th position for the time being. But that 42, Max Terriel, getting some really good runs out of the corner as he runs a little bit different line than the 999 of Gainey. As Terriel runs there in the 5th spot, right behind him is Trevarthen. Everybody is single filed out already here on this green flag run. So Trevarthen runs back there in the Fram car. He is 6th. Then it's Butler back in 7th. In 8th would be Justin Gann. And then it's going to be the 33 of Johnson. Then it's going to be the 29 of Kohlhaas. And he's in front of Murdoch, who's running right outside the top 10 in the Iron Bird. The Iron Bird Brewing Company 01 machine. And those are your top 11. Nathan Maurer just sitting there, just kind of lurking in the background, waiting to see what's going to transpire as Murdoch slips off turn 4. As though somebody is sideways. Is that Ryan O'Danny sideways on the front stretch? That's going to bring out a yellow here as Ryan comes to a rest on the pit wall here, entering turn number 1. So the Hellfire Detroit 98 goes around. That's what's going to bring out the yellow here once again. I believe that's the 7th yellow here from the Five Flag Speedway, and this is how it all unfolded for the driver of that 98 machine. As it looks like he just got sideways. Oh, the inside wall just pulled him in. We'll have to go back just a little bit farther and exactly see what happened. Was there contact out of turn 4? There's contact with the outside wall for Ryan, and then the car just slides and then hooks the inside wall there. Just a little edge there that sticks out from that inside wall, and it catches fire sometimes as Ryan goes around. But it's looking like Ryan O'Danny is going to stay on the lead lap, though, as he did go around the pace car there when it came back out. So as he is down pit road, a lot of your leaders, though, going to stay out here. Tim Blum stays out. Let's drop down your top 20 right now of your running order on the left side of the screen. Find where your favorite driver is. David Camara is back on the lead lap, running in the 20th spot. Ryan O'Danny is the 22nd car on the lead lap. We got to thank all you race fans for tuning in here on your network here on a Monday night. It's the Red Light Scrambler series, and it's been one heck of a scramble so far here tonight. 7 cautions flying here early and often. Still got 80 laps to go this time by at the line. Well, we do thank you for tuning in here on Monday night to watch us. If you like what these guys put on here at the short track racing here for the Red Light Scrambler series, go ahead and hit the thumbs up. Show them some appreciation. A lot of talented drivers out here with the Red Light Scrambler series, which, well, coming soon to a track near you. The Red Light Racing Series is going to present to you the SK Modifieds. Be able to catch a couple of those races live right here on the Turn 3 Racing Network, brought to you by none other than, well, this guy up here in the booth. Be able to catch them coming up. Actually, I believe it is on the 31st of January. It's going to be the Battle at the Beach, the Myrtle Beach Raceway for the SK Modified. Same time, same place here in your Turn 3 Racing Network, just on a Friday night. So we're going to start the week right here with the Scrambler Series, and then we're end of the week, the work week that is, with the Modifieds. But it looks like the iRacing pace car lights have gone out. That means, ladies and gentlemen, we are getting ready to go back green flag racing. It'll be 78 laps to go here from Pensacola, Florida. And it's going to be the 10 of Blum, as there goes the iRacing pace car. Blum ready to go. Green flag is waving. Will he get a good start this time? He gets a pretty good start coming up through the gears. Looking through the field, everybody looks like they are down and away coming up through the gearbox. And out of turn number 2, just like that, the blink of an eye. The 10 is actually getting pushed into turn number 3. Here comes Todd Cray. He wants maybe a chance at the lead. Blum's going to have the lead, and Cray is still knocking on the back door. James Skellton is up the track. He is back to the 3rd position. Here comes the 931, though, of Trevarthen. Trevarthen trying to take away the 3rd spot, and Todd Cray still knocking on Tim Blum's back door as he's going to show him the bumper. Down here in 1. He sees him. Dustin Gainey up out of the racing line. He'll lose a lot of position. It looks like he had a little bit of help as there's damage on the back bumper of the Dirty Mo. 9 machine is now. He'll go side by side. Contact between him and Maurer. Maurer going to send him up the track just a little bit, as this is short track racing. If you ain't ready to go, they will make you go. Tim Blum out front, and he is being pushed hard here with only 75 laps to go. Here comes Todd Cray. He's going to try and make a move to the outside out of 4. Not going to stick. Almost contact with the wall. As this all unfolds here and transpires at the front of the field here, that's going to allow the 22 to slip back a little bit, or maybe Colin Michael Trevarthen loud on the loud pedal, as he is now right on the back bumper of that 22 also, but he'll lose the groove down in turn 1. Trevarthen going to slide high in his Fram machine. Here comes James Skelton with his 86 machine back to the inside. Toyota power versus the Ford power out of turn 4. Drag race down to 1. It'll be Toyota in the 3rd spot. Todd Cray, caution flag waving. Lee Betzel turned around out of turn number 4. So as Lee Betzel comes to a rest on that inside wall there on the front stretch, here comes your leaders. Will he be able to get fired and pointed in the right direction? Tries to, oh, Todd Cray going to make slight contact with the outside or inside wall, and Lee Betzel, as he was trying to get that car refired and pointed in the right direction. I'm sure Cray has to change his shorts there after that one. Let's see if we can find what happened to Betzel coming out of 4. 4 just seems like it's been the tough spot, as Kohlhaas had some trouble out of turn 2 in his bucked up 929, and then the contact between the 929 and Betzel, which turns then Lee Betzel around. And that's what happened. That all actually happened way back out of turn number 2. There you see Kohlhaas down there in his blue all bucked up Chevrolet. As he comes back up the track, then who is that? That looks like that is Joe Strano kind of has a little bit of a blink issue to the outside. Maybe just a little bit of network issue between a couple of those guys back there towards the back. But it looks like possibly Lee Betzel now gonna retire here for the night. So Z-Man not having the night from the Five Flag Speedway that he thought he could. Cole Haas is back down pit road in his bucked up RJS Chevrolet. A brand new paint scheme out of the Bromley Design stables. As one driver will stay out here, everybody else was down pit road. So we'll see if Kyle Souza does come down. So looking through the timing and scoring as of right now, but I was just trying to take a quick gander at it. It looks like Rothrock is your final car still running on the racing surface as he is being pushed towards the back here because he has multiple laps down with that Ford Mustang. He is sitting right now back in the 24th spot, 23 laps down. Josh Buckley is the only other car still 1 lap down. So he'll be in the 22nd spot. Not sure what happened to Josh Buckley. It doesn't seem like there's too much damage on that Reds Wicked Apple Ale machine, but he was at one point, I believe, 4 or 5 laps behind our leaders now, but he has now shown only 1 lap down to the 22nd spot, so he'll be the next car to possibly get a lucky dog as the iRacing pace car lights go out. So to be the 14-lap old tires of Kyle Souza. Restarting on the front row here. To the outside then will be the 10 of Tim Blum. The 22 of Todd Cray. James Skillen, Michael Trevarthy, your top 5 runners here as the iRacing pace car ducks down to the inside. Here we go, ladies and gentlemen. 66 laps to go. Only 2 drivers out of it, and it's going to be a good start. Right back to a yellow flag we go as Justin Gann is pointed in the wrong direction. As it looks like the 43 of Joe Strano also along with David Camara all getting wrapped up in this one. Put it to 9 yellow flags here from the Five Flag Speedway. It's a short track and it is showing some difficulties for these drivers tonight. This happened right off the restart. Let's go over top if we can find her. Blimp camera showing us what just happened down there in turn number 1. Did we even get to turn 1, race fans? Let's find out. Oh, inside lane checkup. Dustin Gainey and Gann getting together. And then Strano, actually, you see the 43 of Joe just go around all by himself. I think possibly Camara, though, may have had a little bit of help. See if we can watch that back here. What happened to David Camara, who was on the lead lap back in the 20th spot? There you see the wreck in front of him. Oh, gets into the back of Cole Haas, and then, Rothrock gets into the back of the 72. Nowhere to go there on the traffic jam restart. Let's go on board. David Camara here, clocks by Christopher 72 machine. He was back running in, I believe that's right around the 20th spot. Is there, just short track, nowhere to go, and then, whoop, around goes the 72 of David Camara. So that puts us back under a yellow, and I don't believe we're going to be seeing a lot of your leaders down pit road here. Taking a quick gander, who was your first one down pit road? Kyle Souza, who figured that he was just about to get eaten by a pool of sharks, will come down pit road. That yellow coming out, though, is good news for the driver of the number 2, Red's Wicked Apple Ale machine. Yuck. Will be the number 2 of Josh Buckley. He will now be put back onto the lead lap, and he'll come down and he'll put 4 fresh tires on that machine. And then he can see if he can storm his way back up through the field here tonight. A couple of your other drivers catching the rear of the field, but we're going to restart them like this. Blum, P number 1. Second will be James Skelton. Third is Todd Cray. Fourth will be the 42 of Max Terriot. Then it's going to be Michael Trevarthen restarting in fifth. Richard Murdoch there in sixth. Sean Butler in seventh. Nathan Maurer is eighth. Leo Bordage, the man who's just been chiseling away, at this tonight. He will restart in the ninth position in his Pepsi number 11. And then it's going to be Dustin Gainey in 10th. Eric Johnson is back to the 11th spot, but how about James Heater after getting wrapped up in an early wreck here tonight? He has battled back with his Z-Line Toyota. He will be shown in the 12th position on this restart. 13th is the number 1 Kodak Film, Ron Hollyfield. The 62 of Ethan Troutman and his Haas CNC Ford Mustang is back here in 14th. Then it's Ryan O'Danny. He has just prevailed here tonight, not having a fast car in the early going. He is back here in the 16th spot. 17th is David Camara. 18th is Kyle Souza, Joe Strano, Tony Strano, Josh Buckley, Ira Cole Haas, and Justin Gann rounds out your top 22 drivers here tonight, who are left on your lead lap as we're getting ready to go, race fans. Back to the green flag, hammered down racing here on Monday night. 60 to go. It'll be 59 when we take the green flag. Green flag waving here is Tim Blum. Back to the loud pedal on the hot sauce machine, and it's a good start by that inside row. Will he be able to clear out of turn number 2? Slides up in the middle of 1 and 2. Now he's going to have the 22. Here comes Cray from the 3rd spot on the restart. Sideways, Todd Cray, contact at the front of the field. The 10 of Blum is going to go around, and it's going to clog the field out of turn number 4. Tim Blum had a heartbreaker as he is pointed in the wrong direction with his classic hot sauce machine. Put the caution counter to the double digits now here at the Five Flag Speedway. We have hit the 10 marker here tonight. He refires the 10 car, but he will go from being your leader all the way to the final position in the 22nd spot. Watch it back. Let's watch it over top here if we can find her. Over top, watching the 10 of Blum as him and the 22 of Todd Cray make a little bit of contact in turn 3 and 4, and then it all goes wrong. Nowhere to go. The 10 gets turned around. Dustin Gainey loses the nose on that. That's pretty impressive. If only Dustin Gainey really was involved in that little bit of a wreck there that just transpired there. Started in turn 3, ended out of turn number 4. Let's see it again from over top here. Oh, it looks like the 86 of Skelton also having some nose damage. If we can find a closer look at that machine, James Skelton, as you see him roll away there, he does have some nose damage. He looks like one of those Northeast Asphalt modifieds now. He did come down pit road, though, and try and get some damage fixed and repaired to that machine, but now he'll also lose a ton of positions. He'll be shown back in that 21st spot. Well, the good news, though, Christopher Rothrock, he'll get a lap back here under this yellow. He'll now be shown only 22 laps down. So the man that's going to take over the lead here tonight will be the 22 of Todd Cray. He does not come down pit road. Michael Trevarthen did not come down pit road, along with Sean Butler. And, well, we just talked about it, race fans. The man that's been chiseling all night long, is it his night? It's Leo Bordage in the number 11 Toyota, the Pepsi Challenger machine. And it's Eric Johnson, Richard Murdoch, Max Terriot back to the 7th spot. Nathan Maurer there in 8th. And then Dustin Gainey, who is missing the front nose on the Dirty Mo Chevrolet, is 9th. And it's Ron Holyfield back in 10th. That's your top 10 drivers, and I believe we might get the 1-to-go marker right here. As I see him doubling up at the front of the field, and the iRacing pace car lights are out. We'll re-rack them, restack them here, and we'll give it another go here to be 53 laps to go. The laps are winding down. The temperatures are climbing here from the Five Flag Speedway. $23 drivers, 25 entered. Right now, 23 still out there on track, and the green flag is waving once again. A lot of these guys looking like modifieds as Trevarthen fires off from the top lane. He'll take the lead down into turn number 1. New leader here tonight, Michael Trevarthen. Fram 931 Ford Mustang leads the way. as they are all stacking up almost 3 wide back here. Holyfield, Troutman, Peter, Gainey, O'Danny, Camara, they're all back here battling. They were 3 wide, almost 4 wide at one point. They have settled down to just 2 wide here. This is just outside. Oh, contact in front. Gainey going to go around. Gainey going to go around again down here. Gainey comes to a rest as he went for a little bit of a ride. I'm not sure who he went with, but he is right now parked sideways at turn 3 and 4. It looks like he'll get it refired. Possibly no caution coming out, but here comes your leaders actually up onto Gainey. So Gainey going to go a lap down as he hugs the inside lane as your leaders are still battling. It's Trevarthen, it's Cray as they come out of turn 2. Gainey was inside the top 10, goes from inside the top 10. Whoop, he's going to blow the corner. Those tires are hot. Trevarthen hanging on right now. 49 more laps to go around the Five Flags Speedway. Can he hang on? It's been a long race so far for all these drivers, and he finally finds himself to the front of the field here in the late going as he is sideways almost into the outside wall out of turn number 4. The Bordage dropped 1 position there on that restart to the driver of the number 33, and right now he is holding strong in front of the 01 of Richard Murdoch, who runs right behind him in the 6th spot. That battle for the lead, though, is not going away, race fans. That time by once again out of turn number 4. Michael Trevarthen slides up the track. Here he does out of 2 again. He's going to shut the door on Todd Cray. He's up the track, though, in turn 3. That's going to open up the door. He's not going to get the turn off 4. Almost into the wall once again. He will lose the position into turn 1, though, and Sean Butler's also going to get around him. He has a home. Can he find third? He finds the hole. So now it's going to be Cray. Then it's the Butler. Trevarthen, the Fram man, back to third. Running right outside the top 3, going to be the Dirty Mo 33 Chevrolet there of Eric Johnson. The Pepsi Challenger of Bordage rounds out the top 5 drivers, but that's the top 5 for the time being, because here comes Murdoch. Murdoch's going to try and do a crossover move down here on the bottom of turn 3 and 4. He will not be able to put the power down. He can't get the inside advantage on Bordage, so he'll have to settle for the 6th spot running. Battle just outside the top 10. Actually, it is for the top 10. It's going to be Maurer looking to the inside of Camara, and he'll get him out of turn 2. Tim Blum just back here caught in the scrum, if you will, as he is back here in the 11th spot trying to work his way. He has the fresher tires, but does he have enough laps? It'll be 42 laps shown to your leader next time by. And just looking at it, it looks like your leader is crossing the start-finish line now as Tim Blum comes into turn number 3, as Cray has now opened up about a half-second lead over Sean Butler. David Camara in the 72. It looks like his car just too tore up here to go forward as he's stuck to that outside. Here comes Josh Buckley now to the inside in his machine. And now he will fall back to, I believe that is the 14th spot. So sideways for Buckley out of turn number 4 as he tried to keep that Reds machine down there away from Camara. And he will take the position. Now it's going to be Justin Gann's turn. DAV number 930 car will take over the 14th spot here in just a moment if he can get the power down around Camara. And then Skelton, it's just been a rough one now here for Skelton. Led a lot of laps here in the early going. 34 laps for James Skelton was out front, and now buried back here with no nose on the car and a lot of rear end damage to that Toyota. He is in the 15th spot. Update on the man who has the most laps led here tonight, and he will officially clinch the most laps led, and that's going to be the 10 of Blum. Right now runs just outside the top 10, still running in the 11th spot. What a heartbreaker. That car still looks pretty much clean for him going around at the front of the field, just having that little left front damage where him and Todd Cray made contact. Cray is still out front leading the way. There you can see the gap from Todd Cray back to Sean Butler. That's almost at about a second gap standing right now, as it'll be 36 laps to go this time by for Todd Cray. Can he win another one here this season? Right now, Todd Cray is sitting at just 1 win, 3 top 5s, 8 top 10s on the season. Could he come away here in Pensacola, Florida locking himself in with a win to the next race. There's been no movement, no side-by-side battles right now throughout your track. The closest one inside your top 10 is right here, and it's the Scruffle from the 5th position all the way to, I'll call it the 10th position. Or actually the 9th position, as James Heater is the 9th car tagged onto the back with the Z-Line number 18 machine. Portage still hanging on there. He's just had a pretty impressive run all night long. Started towards the rear of the field here and has just kind of worked his way up through. Just trying to keep that Pepsi machine pretty much just pointed in the right direction so far tonight. He's going to blow turn 3. Will Murdoch be able to dive underneath him out of turn number 4? He will not. Board is just able to really keep the power down off turn 4. Josh Buckley is side by side with, I believe, that is going to be the 930 of Gann, and Skelton also going to work around him. Every position from this point to the end of the race is crucial for James Skelton. Needs to dig down deep and go find everything he can find. Wants to be considered at the end of this race inside the top 10, because with him being in the chase, he doesn't want to fall back and be the final chase racer. Yes, he'll get the bonus point for leading a lap here tonight, but I don't think... Oh, he's sideways out of turn 4. So Skelton right now is shown P number 13 on the timing and scoring. And Todd Cray has officially opened up a 1 second lead over his next competitor, thereof Sean Butler. That's looking back off your leader's rear deck pointed camera. He'll get the 28 laps to go this time by as he comes out of turn number 4. So it'll be 28 laps to go for Todd Cray. Does Sean Butler have anything left in the tank here tonight? A little bit sideways for the 88. That time out of turn number 2. Keeps pointing in the right direction. Still sitting at about a second gap, though. Ryan O'Danny down pit road, as you see, as we're looking off this back deck lid here of the 22. Oh, we have to apologize for that. Rookie mistake as we ran through the top 10 there. Microphone blinking indicates microphone turned off. But what we were talking about is how James Heater was a lap down at one point after an early spin, has worked himself back up inside the top 10. Another guy who's worked himself back inside the top 10 but has the freshest tires out there on track will be the number 10 of Tim Blum. He has led the most laps here tonight, but now it'll be 20 laps to go next time by for the driver of the 10. So we'll have to see if he has enough laps, or maybe a late race yellow might be able to catch him back up to your leaders here. Todd Cray, though, has opened up a 1 second gap here over Sean Butler. Running in the third spot is the 33 of Eric Johnson. The fourth place is Richard Murdoch, and Max Terriel rounds out the top 5. So glad we got that worked out for you here. 20 laps to go. Now give it 19 laps to go for the Clocks by Christopher 22 machine Chevrolet out front. Does Sean Butler have anything left? As he's just back here riding around. As another lap just like that gonna click off here. You hear Butler having to wait. He's not able to get back to the throttle the way he would like to anymore. They are 52 laps into this run. Ryan O'Danny is back out on track, race fans, but he has shown 2 laps down now in that 21st position. He is not in the lucky dog position either, as that actually is Dustin Gainey right now, 1 lap down. Your leader, though, has started to work up on lap traffic just out in front of your leader of Todd Cray. Will be, it looks like that is none other than Joe Strano. And right behind Strano is actually going to be Rothrock, who is right now 22 laps down, still very underpowered in his Corvette Parts Ford Mustang. Right now, Joe Strano and Tony Strano trying to run away and hide here with 15 laps to go. I believe your leader might have enough time, but does he have to push the envelope? Still about a little over a second gap, almost a second and a half gap back to Sean Butler. 14 laps to go. Where is the Scruffles? Well, here's the pass as now Leo Bordage is up the track and almost sideways into him was going to be the number 2 there of Josh Buckley. And what a night has been. I think we said it before. We're going to say it again. Here comes the 2 of Buckley, who's shown multiple laps down and just got back out there on track and prevailed. And now is just sitting just shy of a top 10 finish here. Finished back-to-back podium finishes for Buckley. Tonight might not be a podium finish, but it might feel like a win for the driver of this number 2 machine. O'Danny, who's just behind Josh Buckley, has 4 fresh tires in the Hellfire Detroit machine. Ryan, 2 laps down, shown 21st. Nowhere for him to go right now. Where is the next closest battle? Tim Blum has now run down the 18 of James Heater, the 2 guys who have had to prevail through a lot here tonight. They're running 8th and 9th respectively here tonight. I know Tim Blum, though, would definitely like a better finish than what he's going to get, because with 10 laps to go in the 9th position, that's a position a lap, race fans, and, well, I just don't think it's going to happen unless a late race pile-up happens here from the Five Flag Speedway, which we're not calling for, we're not asking for. There's a pass just in front of them. It'll be Troutman going to the inside of Trevarthen, so put Troutman now to the 6th spot. Trevarthen back to 7th. As that all unfolds, Dustin Gainey goes a lap down. Now Joe Strano. There you see the 2 Strano modifieds out of the Strano Racing stable. They will, unfortunately, go a lap down here, as actually Joe is up the track, already showing the 22 of Todd Cray where he wants him to go, as Cray will go to the inside in turns 3, coming out of 4. Officially, Joe Strano 1 lap down on the 19th spot. Tony Strano also staying to the outside of the racetrack. He will now allow your leader around him. And this time by to be 5 fingers in the air at the flag stand. 5 laps to go for Todd Cray here in Pensacola, Florida, to possibly punch his ticket to the next round of the playoffs. Just 2.5 more miles. Now call it just about 2 miles for the 22. Going to be his 2nd win of the season if he could do it. Sean Butler that time by was actually a little bit quicker than your leader of Todd Cray, but it looks like it's going to be a little too late. Tim Blum has worked his way around James Heater and is now caught up to Michael Trevarthen. It's going to be a little too late, though, for the 10 of Tim Blum. Dustin Gainey is down pit road in his 999 Dirty Mo machine. And it'll be 2.5 laps now for Todd Cray. He's had one heck of a run so far here tonight. This would be Cray's 54th lap led here from the Five Flag Speedway. And that time by, it was popsicle sticks in the air. 2 more laps to go here in Pensacola, Florida. White flag this time by officially going to finish this one in regulation here tonight. 1 lap to go here for Todd Cray. He has won one other race here on the season to lock himself into the chase. Now he's going to officially look out of turn number 4. He'll see the flag, checkered flag waving. He'll win his second race of the season, and he will officially advance into the next round of the playoff. Sean Butler comes home second. Eric Johnson with a third place finish, and good thing Richard Murdoch finishes 4th. We don't have to talk to him after this one. And then Max Terriel comes home in the 5th spot. Ethan Troutman comes home 6th. Michael Trevarthen in the 7th spot. Tim Blum is 8th. James Heater 9th. And Justin Gann falls to a 10th place finish. But Todd Cray is your winner here tonight, race fans. Race 1 of the playoffs goes to the Clock Spy Christopher 22 machine. And, well, 250 laps in the books here. Post-race show coming up just in a second here. We'll get to those post-race show here in just 1 second. Let us get it set up for you, race fans. Welcome back here to Pensacola, Florida. Race fans, 250 laps in the books for the first race of the playoffs. And Todd Cray and the Clock Spy Christopher 22 Chevrolet parks her in victory lane. Unfortunately, it doesn't look like we have Todd here in the building. I believe he was on this plane to the next race, but he did lead 56 laps here in the opening round of the playoffs and netted himself a ticket to the next round. So he'll fly into Miami Raceway knowing that he is locked into the chase. So congratulations, or locked into the next round. Congratulations to the driver of that 22. But as we look to see who finishes in the second position, I believe it's going to go to, well, I don't believe, I know, and I got him right here, race fans. And I know you want to hear from him. There's plenty of race fans out there. It's the 88 of Sean Butler. Butler, it was a hard one out there tonight, and it seemed like you got stuck to that outside lane more often than not.
Yeah, I did. It was definitely hard fought on the outside, trying to either get to the bottom and not lose too many positions. I don't know. It was just really hard to get down there. It just seemed like it was like they had accordion effect. Everyone get back together in the center, and it was just really hard to get down there. But bad luck starting on the outside, good luck starting on the inside when that accident happened there, and got a little bit of damage on the right side from that, but other than that, kept it pretty clean all night, and arms are tired. I'm ready for a nap.
Well, arms are tired, ready for a nap. It sounds like somebody might be getting old and can't do short track racing. But hey, 2 short tracks back to back. We were at Bristol last week for the final race of the regular season, and the first round here was from the Five Flags Speedway. How do you feel about headed down to Miami, though? That track doesn't drive like a typical 1.5-mile track, and it's definitely not a short track. How do you feel going there?
It's not one of my favorite tracks. This new tire model has throw me for a loop. So I don't. I'm not like 100% too confident about it. I feel confident that I could probably run good enough and point my way into the next round, as long as I don't get into trouble. But winning, probably not. I just don't know. You never know what the tire model is going to be like and what the track's going to be like. You know, if it's going to be really hot, might change it up how people run it. So only time will tell.
Time will tell, and that's in 1 week's time. But before we get to 1 week from now, who do you got to thank for putting this real mayonnaise machine here up on the podium once again here in second place?
I thank my teammate James. He worked with me a lot in practice. I did not have a good handle on this, and he watched my line, gave me some pointers, and I went out and followed him and stuff, and really helped me out. So I got to thank him. I think he was probably one of the better cars, him and Tim. Unfortunately, I had a little incident with Todd there on that restart, short track racing. But unfortunately, that happened. But, you know, said short track racing. And I got to give a shout out to my friend Skittles. She's always watching. I keep forgetting to shout out to her at the end of the race when I get interviewed. So hi to her. Thanks for her to come out and watching every week. And forward to next week. Thanks for the broadcast. Look forward to watching it.
Well, there you heard it from the man who comes home second here tonight from the Pensacola, Florida area, Five Flags Speedway. That was the 88 of Sean Butler. That's a good start to the chase for him. But the man who comes home in third probably had a little bit more of a hectic night. The driver of that 33 Dirty Mo Chevrolet. It's none other than Eric Johnson. Eric, damage on the nose of this 33. Where did it come from, and how hard was it to work your way through the field here tonight?
Yeah, I worked my way through, then I'd get stuck on the outside and get freight trained, and it's so frustrating. But my arms are tired. It was a good race. I'm not sure where the damage came from. I know it was a big checkup on one of the restarts, and I was down low, and luckily I missed the wreck, but I think I ran into somebody.
Well, with those checkups and being stuck on the high line, where was the preferred line? We saw a lot of guys down on the bottom of the track. Were you able to work your way to the top side at all here tonight to try and find a spot?
Yeah, I was doing okay on the high side, but I definitely didn't like it. I could hold my own for about 3-4 laps, and then I'd just lose it. So definitely wanted to get back down to the bottom, and that's where I tried to stay and see who was your friends and who weren't, who was going to let you in and not.
Yeah, it's definitely hard. You talk about friends. The last time we talked about friends was when we were on the super speedways, but here on the short tracks, you definitely got to try and find somebody that's willing to cut you a little break. In short track racing, you normally don't find it. But what do you think now? You finished third on the podium here. You're in the championship hunt here. You're one of the 12. Yeah, one of the 12 drivers. How about Miami? Are you looking forward to headed down to Miami, or is it a track that you're trying to just put behind you already?
Oh yeah, I can't wait for one of the bigger tracks now. It's one of I like that track a lot. Hopefully I stay out of trouble and get top 5, not to win, but Sean's gonna be tough to beat.
Yeah, Sean always saying, "I don't know if I can win." We've already learned to take what Sean says with a grain of salt here, but week in and week out, you do find this Dirty Mo Chevrolet usually towards the front. I mean, you got to be looking past that. Well, I guess you shouldn't really look past it because there's a lot of heavy hitters inside the top 12, other than just Sean and yourself. Todd already obviously locking himself in. But, you look past this Miami cutoff line that's coming up just next week, and then you got a handful of short tracks to round out this season. If you get past Miami, do you think you have a chance to head to the Rock for the championship?
Yeah, so try to get top 5, and it's so hard to get a victory against these guys. It's so tough, and just got to stay out of trouble and see how it goes with the Rock. I'm not that good there. I don't race it that often.
I don't think a lot of people do, but hey, before we wrap up the show here on Monday night here from Pensacola, Florida, is there anybody you got to thank for putting this 33 here in third here tonight?
Just everybody involved with the Red Light Racing League, you and anybody watching, and I'll say hi to Skittles.
Well, there's another Skittle shot. I wonder how many drivers she has paid off here tonight. I didn't get any money. I didn't get no Skittles or anything. I don't know what I'm doing wrong up here. But Eric Johnson rallies his Dirty Mo Chevrolet into a third-place finish, so he has a good finish spot. Richard Murdoch comes home fourth. Max Terrio rounds out the top five. Ethan Troutman is sixth. Michael Trevarthen slides a little in the late stages, but he holds on to a seventh spot. Tim Blum rallies back here to eighth, along with James Heater in ninth. 10th is going to go to the 930 of Justin Gann. That's your top 10 drivers here that are ready to leave out of the Pensacola area and head down to a little bit wider track. Next week, we do head to the Miami Homestead area. We will be able to see 3, maybe even possible 4 wide racing down in Miami. It's going to be a lot of exciting times, new tire models. So we're going to see who's going to be able to go up there, rip the lip around the top side. We are going to jump out of the Xfinity car here in Pensacola. A lot of these guys already have their Gander Outdoor Truck Series truck down there in Miami. So you see a lot of Chevrolets and Toyotas down there. We're going to cut 4 from the list of 12, though. Yeah, so a lot of these drivers who finished a little bit farther down the list tonight, like Ryan O'Dani, Ira Kohlhaas, James Skelton, and James Heater, are going to have to rally back next week from Miami, but that's going to be next week. Tonight, Todd Cray punches his ticket. He is into the next round, and that's going to do it for us here at the Turn 3 Racing Network. We got to thank everybody for tuning in out there on our YouTube. Tune in next Monday night to start your week right here with the Red Light Scrambler Series.